Kharkiv, 4 victims, including 3 children, from Russian fire in the city. Russian strike in the Kharkiv region. He killed 3 small children, 2 one-year-old boys, a 2-year-old girl, and their 34-year-old father, announced in the early hours via telegram by the head of the regional military administration, Lexine Humpo. 2 one-year-old boys and a 2-year-old girl were killed in a strike on a house in the Bohonduvain community, near the border of the 2 warring countries, this source noted, expressing sincere condolences to the families of the victims. Russia's strikes against Ukraine continue. They have become a bit rarer in Kiev, however. Major regional cities like Odysseus, Zaporizhia, and Kharkiv are often targeted by the Russian Air Force. Lavrov said Ukraine and Europe rejected the American peace proposal. A few hours ago, the Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, stated that Kiev and its European partners rejected the American peace proposal to end the war in Ukraine. In more detail, and according to the Russian state news agency, Russian information agency Novosti, the Russian government of President Vladimir Putin was disappointed when it studied the amendments made by the Ukrainians and Europeans to the original proposal published by the United States. All subsequent versions are the result of efforts by the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his partners from Britain, France, and the Baltic states. To undermine the American initiative, said just a few hours ago the top Russian diplomat, Lavrov, one of the most important figures in the Russian political leadership. Today, he recalled that in the original proposal submitted by the United States, it was explicitly stated that Ukraine should restore all the rights of the Russian minority permanently residing within the territory of the state. The newer revised versions that were leaked to the press do not mention this paragraph anywhere. The only thing they state is that both sides must show tolerance toward each other. As it appears, this is supposedly an agreement of tolerance, and Ukraine will faithfully adopt all the relevant tolerance policies of the European Union, the minister noted. Lavrov also revealed with some complaint that no official body sent the official draft of the peace agreement to Moscow. 20 points drafted by representatives from the United States, Europe, and Ukraine during the summit in Alaska. The original version of the American proposal was an initiative that paved the way for peace. The document included all the fundamentals, key issues, and realistic proposals for their resolution, concluded Lavrov. A moving message from a Kurdish fighter on the front line. Shame. Everyone abandoned us, I said, France and Europe. Shame and disgust. These are the common feelings shared by hundreds of thousands of Kurds in Syria, who were abandoned to their fate and to the hands of the murderers of al-Sara and the Turks. I would like to confirm that everyone abandoned us, I said. France and Europe used us to fight Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, and now they are telling us to integrate into Syria's al-Qaeda. Can you mix water with black oil? It's impossible, right? So be prepared. We have no one on earth except our comrades. Everyone has abandoned us. After we sacrificed 15,000 fighters in the war against Islamic State of Iraq and Syria this time, we will fight only for the Kurds. I don't care about anyone else anymore. Right now, there is an active front line and a major war is expected, especially around Al-Hasaka. Jilani has signed a fake ceasefire with the Syrian Democratic Forces, but now, side by side with Turkey, he is sending terrorists against the Kurds. Without Lees, the attacks are still coming from Turkey and the Jilani regime. The only difference is that they are not wearing Lees. Last month, during the violent clashes between Kurdish forces and the Syrian army, the United States sent a devastating message to the Kurds of Syria. Their cooperation with Washington has ended. ESIOU 57. Russia received the first upgraded fighter jets. In more detail, and according to the Russian State United Aircraft Corporation, the stealth fighter jets ESIOU 57 that were delivered have already completed all the required technical checks and are ready for operational use. The Russian Ministry of Defense announced that Air Force pilots personally participated in the test flights so that they could evaluate the performance of the platforms themselves. The interesting aspect of this particular delivery is the Kremlin's confirmation that the new ESIOU 57S were delivered to a new technical formation. Although the official announcement from the ministry does not reveal further details about this upgraded model, military commentators estimate that we are dealing with improvements to the aircraft's electronic and weapon systems. A pilot of the ESIOU 57 from the Russian Aerospace Forces specifically stated that the fighter has already proven its worth during the special military operation in Ukraine. The new technical configuration will expand the range of missions that the aircraft will be able to undertake. The new capabilities that have been integrated will allow us to deploy new types of aerial weapons on the aircraft. Unfortunately, the aviator from Moscow did not specify which new types of weapon systems it will be compatible with. The new upgraded version of the Russian fighter jet, the S-257, is the best aircraft in its class. However, we are not resting on our laurels. The fighter jet has undergone significant upgrades, and we continue to improve it, enhancing the capabilities of its weapons and systems. We are already dealing with a platform that can carry out the most critical missions, taking on the most demanding roles and demonstrating flight and combat efficiency, stated a high-ranking official of the United Aircraft Corporation. That was the video. If you liked it, you can subscribe to the channel to get notified about every new one. Don't forget to leave us comments with your opinion.